Namaste, welcome to Jake Yoga. Today we're going to begin on all fours. So slowly come over. I'm going to go right into it today. So we're going straight into our wrist warm up. So just move forwards, find your edge, and then move backwards. Inhale forwards and backwards. And when we're doing vinyasa and fast-paced, strong yoga, it's very important that we warm up these wrists. So find your edge with an inhale and just exhale, move back. We don't really normally warm our wrists up that much, so it's super important to give them a good warm up, especially when doing yoga. We spend a lot of time on our hands. Maybe this time we move in a circle, so start the right side, inhale forwards, and then exhale back. Inhale forwards, and exhale back. A couple more times like this, really starting to warm up the wrists. Lots of good movement here. And then inhale other way. Just using that ujjayi. A couple more times here. And this time we're going to flip our palms towards our knees. So they might not come all the way around, but then our fingertips are going to point towards the knees. And then very gently here, we just move forwards and backwards. Especially if you're at a desk, working at a laptop or a computer, even on your phone a lot, which lots of us are. I'm also guilty for that as well. So just move very gently here. Be very mindful. Don't experience any pain. Just a couple more times. And this time we're going to flip. So top of the palms come down onto the earth now. And then we're just going to straighten out those arms. And then just move forwards and backwards slightly. Also the same. Don't experience any pain. Just bring some really nice warm up to the wrists here. Maybe we come back to our toes. Give it a shake out. Feeling good now. Let's give our neck a couple of rolls here. So I'll face you. So let's just start to your left side, bringing it down, full rotation, and then up. Oh, I just had a nice click there. I'm not sure if you heard that or not, but that was a good one. I'm quite a big fan of the clicks. You might experience the same. But just move slowly here, okay? If there's any points where you need to stop and stretch, please do. And then we'll go other way, so just reverse that circle this time. Whoa, got a stiff bit in my neck there. And then last time we'll come up. And then we'll meet back this way. So on all fours again. And then this time, just a gentle cat and cow. So start at the tailbone. You lift, slowly arch, and then bring the neck to the sky. And then start at the tailbone, we round, starting at the tailbone, and then pushing through the shoulder blades. We're spreading through every finger here, keeping the toes untucked as well. And then we inhale. So just with your own breath now. Inhale to arch. Exhale, push through. Inhale to arch. Exhale, push through. Just twice more here. Last round. And then next exhale, we're going to come into turbo cat. So as you exhale, keeping on the tops of the feet, we're going to exhale and just bring the knees up. Okay, so we're spreading through the palms here, and now we're starting to warm up that core. So this core class is where it starts to come into it. See how low you can get your knees to the ground without touching them, and then push through the shoulder blades, feeling this strong position, engaging the Ujjayi breath. If you're finding it frowning like this, just relax, ease into it. Maybe with inhale, we just lift our right foot off the ground, and then exhale. Inhale, maybe we lift our left, exhale back down, inhale right, and left, inhale, exhale back down, once more each side, inhale right, then inhale left, one more inhale here, and then exhale, we're going to push back, find your first downward dog, give it a good walk out here, spread through the hands and the fingers. Nice breeze just came through here, it's pretty hot here, so I'm starting to sweat already. So let's engage our breath. And then what we're going to do, we're going to look towards our hands, and we're going to very slowly, footprint by footprint, we're going to walk in between our hands. Once we're here, just let it all hang loose. The arms, let it go completely loose. I'm just going to face you, but stay in the position you're in at the top of your mat. And then very slowly with your next inhale, we're going to slowly rise vertebrae by vertebrae. Let the whole body go loose. And then we're going to head come up, roll the shoulders back, and stand. Nice strong position. Just find your breath here. So Samastiti, we always have one footprint away from the top of the mat. We can bring the big toes to touch. And then from here, we bring our hands nice and down by our sides, driving through the tailbone to the ground and raising up through the crown of the head. And without further ado, we're going to go into our first sun salutation. So Surya Namaskar B. This time we're just going to hold it for about 3 breaths in each asana. So stay with me. So let's find our breath in Samastiti, our starting position. Shoulders back, grounding down through the hips, lifting up through the crown of the head, engaging that Ujjayi breath. Next inhale, we're going to bend our knees and we're going to lift our arms. We're going to come to chair Utkatasana. If you find that the tailbone's arching, just bring it down and then we bring our hands up. They can either be apart or you can have the prayer. Try and bring your gaze to your hands and breathe. Weight through the heels here. One last inhale here. And exhale, we're going to forward fold. Padahastasana. In this Padahastasana, ideally we can have our hands on the ground. If that's not accessible, just give your knees a bit more of a bend here. Next inhale, we're going to come to halfway lift. Maybe your hands come to your shins here. You don't want too much weight, you want to be able to bring them on and off. Or maybe you can have a straight back with your fingertips on the ground, whatever feels good. Straighten out that back. One more inhale here. And with an exhale, we're going to plant our hands. You can step or you can jump. We're coming back on the same exhale through Chaturanga. So Chaturanga, we move forwards, lower to 90, and then inhale, upward dog. So Chaturanga, you can do it with your knees down as well. And then in the upward dog, just roll the shoulders back, engage the legs, should just be the tops of the feet and the hands on the earth. One last inhale here. And then exhale, we find that downward dog. Breathe here. Find your breath. Next inhale, we're going to lift our right leg and we're going to bring our right foot in between our two hands. Spin the back foot down. Raise up to warrior one. Virabhadrasana 1. Breathe here. You can have your hands apart again, or they can be at prayer. Make sure your front knee is tracking over your toes, and then we're raising up, driving through the knife edge of that back foot. One last inhale here, and then all the way down. Same exhale, we lower through chaturanga, and inhale up the dog. Roll the shoulders back. So our sun salutations are used for warm-ups in vinyasa and ashtanga, and I'm feeling warm now. Phew! Don't know about you guys. One last inhale here. Exhale, back to downward dog. Find your downward dog, find your breath. And this time, inhale, left leg up. Step it in between the hands, spin the right foot down. Bang, and we come up to warrior one on the left side. Driving through that back foot, checking the tracking of that front knee. Hands together up, try and keep your gaze up. And left. One last inhale here. Exhale, down through chaturanga. And then inhale, upward dog. Inhale here. And exhale, downward dog. Adho Mukha Shavasana. Look to the top of the mat. We can step or we can jump. Lightly land the feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Just stay here for 2 breaths. Next inhale, we're coming to chair again. Utkatasana. Tuck that tailbone down. Palms can touch your head. Keep your gaze up. Weight through the heels. One last inhale here. And exhale, Samastiti. Find your strong Samastiti. Find that breath. If you lost control of that breath, Ujjayi. Connect with that breath. That's what it's all about. We connect with our breath. If we have control of our breath, we have control of our mind. But yoga, we're not really trying to actually control the mind. We're trying to just achieve stillness, stop the chattering of the mind. And that's what it's about, isn't it? It's about slowing down. Even though our bodies can speed up, we slow down the mind by connecting our breath with our mind, with our body. Union. Last couple of breaths here. Now we're going to do that all one move, one breath, the true nature of vinyasa. If you need to rest in child's pose or forward fold, then please do. We'll take one inhale in Samastiti and exhale. Inhale to chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, warrior one, right side, all the way up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, chaturanga. Downward dog, sorry. Inhale, left leg, warrior one, come all the way up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. And we'll stay here for 3 breaths. Trying to regain control of that breath if you haven't already got control of it. Just adjusting my earphones. Look to the top, step or hop with an inhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, Samastiti. Couple of breaths here. Now we're going to flow. We're going to add in some stronger poses, some asanas, and a little bit of core work. Just like we said at the start, we're building self-confidence. So we're going to move into some of those asanas that reflect that. So inhale here and exhale. Inhale into chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, warrior one. Right side, come up. And then exhale, we're going to come into warrior two. So just check your toes are pointing in at the back. You're driving that weight through the back of the heel. Check your back arm that it's in line and we're driving through both arms. Take the gaze over the front middle finger, knees tracking over the toes. And stay here. This is great posture for self-confidence. It does what it says on the tin, warrior. Last breath here. And then just heel toe your right foot out to the right side of the mat. And let's do the same with your left foot. We're going to create a nice gap in the middle. We're going to release those arms, interlink the hands, inhale, chest up, and exhale, we're diving forwards into humble warrior. So you might not come all the way down here like this, wherever's good for you, and then just breathe. One more inhale here. Exhale, can slowly release the hands and just come into runner's lunge. So really good posture, that humble warrior. For our self-confidence, we're balancing, we've got our head inverted while driving the weight through both of our feet. Couple of breaths here. Next exhale, we're going to step back to plank. Find your strong plank. We've got our hips raised, bring them down, drive through the back heels, push through the shoulders. We don't want to be collapsing into the shoulder blades. Couple of breaths here. Find your plank. Stay here. You can always have the knees down if that's a problem for you. And try and stay with me here. And now we're going to come into side plank. So keep the left arm grounded. We're going to roll onto the left side of the foot and we're going to lift that right arm up. If you find your hips are collapsing, just try and bring them up. You're more than welcome to bring a knee down here as well. Try and stay with me. Maybe you bring your gaze to your fingertips. Breathe here, Ujjayi. One more breath. Exhale, right hand comes down. Inhale and plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Find your breath here. Moving through strong asanas, strong core work. We're building that self-confidence. Even if it doesn't look like how mine looks, you are working on yourself. You are building your core, you're building your balance, you're taking your time for yourself in this practice, and that is the most important thing. Do not compare yourself to others, compare yourself to where you were yesterday, and if you're practicing today, then you're doing an absolutely brilliant job, so keep on going with it. Last breath here. Inhale this time, it's our left foot that comes forwards, warrior one. Inhale, and exhale, we come into that warrior two. So just check that back foot, check the back arms, we open up those hips, feeling strong. Gaze over the front middle finger. Find your breath, make sure the knees tracking over the front toes. And then we can just heel toe, left foot to the left side of the mat. Maybe we do the same with our right foot, just creating that gap in the middle. We're going to inhale, lock our hands, create that space. And then exhale, we're diving forwards to that humble warrior. So you might only be here, you might come here, wherever it is, Try and drive the weight through your back foot as well as your front foot. Stretching those shoulders, seeing the world upside down, and breathing. Look at you in this incredible position. Finding your breath. One more inhale here. Exhale, we can drop the hands, frame the foot, runner's lunge, come into the balls of the back right foot. Find your breath. You know what's coming? We've got our planks coming up. One more inhale here. Exhale, we step back to our plank. Find our strong plank. Good. Breathe into it. Make sure those hips are low, not too low. Make sure they're in line with the body. Pushing through the shoulder blades. One more breath here. Can bring the knees down if you want, but stay with me. And then inhale, we're going to roll onto that right side of the foot, plant the right hand, and we're going to lift that left arm up. Try and bring those hips up. Look towards that left hand. You're more than welcome to bring that knee down if it's too much. You can't hold any longer. But if not, stay with me. Breathe. Feel the strength of your body. I'm shaking a little bit here. One more inhale. Exhale back to plank. One more inhale and plank. And then exhale, move through chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Breathe here. Find your breath. And then we look to the top. Inhale, step or hop to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, samastiti. Find your breath here at the top of your mat. Amazing work. And just stay at the top of your mat. Just find your breath here. Try and reconnect. Maybe just step back into the middle of the mat, facing the front again. We're going to move our feet wider than hip distance. Hands to prayer. And we're slowly going to come down to our yogi squats. If you can't get all the way there, then please feel free just to come onto your toes, use your hands to support you. If you have blocks, you can use that on your hands. If you're here, maybe let's bring our hands to prayer, lift up the chest. I'm just here for a moment. Breathing here. And the next exhale, we're just going to come onto our bums. Oh, you thought we were slowing down. Not slowing down yet. So bring those feet flat on the ground. Lift the chest. And we're just going to lift one foot up, then the other, and then see if we can bring our hands here. Coming into boat pose. Love it. Just breathe here. Make sure that chest is lifted. Maybe you can play with pointing one foot and pointing the other, or maybe you just stay here. So wherever you are, breathe. Smile. And then, after one more breath, one more inhale, just see if you can lower to low boat. So just balancing on the lower back, the hips, keeping the shoulders lifted, the toes. Stay here with me. Stay here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.5, and release. Oh, Find your breath here for a second. Whew, that was a tough one. And then we're just going to bring our feet in. We can lift our hips, move them over to the left. And then we're just going to drop the knees over to the right. Maybe you bring your right hand to your left knee. And maybe you gaze over your left side. You can let go control of Ujjayi now. Just feeling the back stretch out as you relax. Inhale, slowly lift back up. Inhale, we'll lift our hips, move over to the right side. And then exhale, just drop them over to the left. Same again, maybe we bring our left hand to our right foot. Left hand to our right knee. Wasn't even close as well. Maybe we gaze over our right side. So even though it's a short amount of time today, you can do a lot in less than an hour. So it doesn't actually matter if it's a short or long time, it's what you do, how productive you are in that. And you've worked hard in this practice if you're here until this point, so give yourself a little pat on the back. Nice work. Inhale back to center. And then we're just going to bring the feet in. Maybe you catch the feet. Maybe you just catch the shins. You just find what feels good. And once we're here, you can let gravity do the work. I also like to crack my toes on this position. And then you can just let gravity do its work here with the hands. Let the knees fall either side. Maybe you bring a slight sway. Maybe you play with extending the feet. Just breathe here. Just stretching out those hips. Just stretch out the back. Exhale, release. Give yourself a little hug. Now we're going to catch the underside and we're just going to gently rock back and forth, massaging the back. And then we're going to find our way up just to a comfortable cross-legged seat, whatever feels good today. Just gently, we're going to just bring our left arm across our body and just tuck it in here. We've used our shoulders a lot today, so let's open it here. Other side. So good. Just doing your practice. You found time for it today, and you could do that every single day. And something you can really build on your own practice and for yourself, your self-confidence, right? You know that you can stick to something every day or nearly every day. Obviously, we're humans, so we're quite busy. And this time we're going to inhale, bring our left arm behind, and then our right arm is going to come onto our left knee. And we're just opening up one last spine twist, but also opening up that left shoulder. Inhale, we extend, and then exhale, we twist. Trying to bring the spine and neck into one line. Don't crank your neck round here. Inhale back up. And then exhale. Let's twist. Same again, inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. And one last shoulder stretch here, just because we used our shoulders a lot. We're just going to bring our feet down, and then we're going to bring our arms behind us, and then we're just going to scoot your buttocks close to your heels, and then just let your shoulders sink forwards. It's a really good shoulder stretch here in the back of the shoulders, the front of the shoulders, and just breathe here. Really feeling it on the inner of the shoulders, especially moving through all those chaturangas and the planks. Breathe. And then inhale, slowly come up. And to finish, we'll finish in some pranayama work today. So pranayama is basically breath work and yoga with breath retention. So it's a really good way of connecting our breath to our mind again, and a good way of stilling the mind. So today we're going to do just 2 short rounds of khapalabati. So khapalabati is the breath of fire, and it's the forced exhale through the nose. So it's like, you see, it's not moving any of your torso, it's just coming from the belly. You're forcing that exhale out through your nose, and then naturally, you will naturally take an inhale in through your nose because you're forcing out the breath. So if you look at my belly, I don't know how well you can see it in the video, but it will look like this. And we do it with the eyes closed. Traditionally, we sit to the north or the east. So if you don't already know your directions, it's probably a good thing just to check, and then you can bring that into your own practice. So for me, east is this way, but I'm just going to face you guys, obviously, and guide you through it. So we're going to do 2 rounds of 15, okay? This is not advised if you have any stomach issues or you're on your menstrual cycle or anything like that, because it is quite an intense practice, but it's good for reducing tiredness, reducing lethargy. It cleans the respiratory system, and for our self-confidence to go out there and achieve what we want to do. It's a great exercise just to bring into your practice. So 2 rounds of 15. First round of 15, I'll count you in. So I'll go and 1, 2, 1, 2. So do it 15 times. Take an inhale at the end of the round. Hold the breath. Pinch the nose, and I'll count you in for 5. So that's when we're trying to achieve notice the stillness. Then we'll relax, do the second round, and the second round we'll do it at the bottom of the exhale. Okay, so let's begin. Maybe close down the eyes. Find your breath. Just try and lengthen your crown of the head here. And then we'll take an inhale in. And 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Big inhale in. At the top of the breath, pinch the nose and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. Notice the stillness. 1, and release through the nose and in through the nose. Couple of deep breaths here. And then we'll begin with the second round. So take a deep breath in here. And 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Big breath in. Big exhale out through the nose. Bottom of the exhale, pinch the nose and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. Notice the stillness. 1, and release. for normal deep breaths here. Just let go control of the breath now. And let's just sit here for a moment and observe the breath. Notice how you feel now compared to at the start of the practice. And for a minute here, let's just focus on our breath. Try and remain completely still. Just focusing on the breath going in and out. And then very slowly with your eyes closed, just begin to make your way down onto your mat. Try and keep your eyes closed here. Once you come down, maybe bring your feet wider than hip distance, turn the palms to the sky. And exhale, relax. Just notice if you're still holding any tension in your shoulders, your hips, your legs, your arms, your torso. Just relax it with an exhale. Maybe notice if you're frowning between your eyebrows or clenching your jaw. Just relax. Just let the effects of the whole practice seep into your body. You've developed strength in your core. You've built self-confidence by moving through challenging asanas. You have given time for yourself today, so be thankful and proud of yourself, and bring that with you into the rest of your day. So just continue here to focus on your breath as you slowly sink deeper and deeper into the Mother Earth, being thankful of Mother Earth and all the mothers that put us into it. Just continue to focus on your breath. So I will leave you here. The video will end shortly, but please feel free to stay in Shavasana for as long as possible. I hope you enjoyed this practice and built some self-confidence and built up your core. Thank you for practicing with Jake Yoga, and I'll see you next time. Have an amazing day. Thank you. Namaste.